Hello, we're back with a new game. We're going to be playing Time Stone. I just finished playing Social Justice Warriors. I had an idea of the games that I was going to play next, but I'm just kind of going with what I'm feeling. And right now, I want something narrative, so we're playing Time Stone. This is another game that is from Itch.io's Bundle for Racial Justice and Equality that came out in June of 2020. Let's get into it. When I test recorded this, I'm a little annoyed, I should mention right out the gate, that this does not have a native resolution, so I'm sorry if, I can't record at my native resolution. My computer is just not that good. It's not terrible, but it's not that good. I can't record the screen at my native resolution and play a video game. So this game does not have my resolution. It'll be downscaled from what I'm seeing. Luckily, it's a pixel art adventure game, so hopefully it won't look too terrible. I'm so sorry if it is inadequate, but you'll see why it'll probably be fine once we get into it. Time Stone. Scared Square Games. This looks as fuzzy to me as you are seeing it. It also looks fuzzy to me, so it's not just the downscaling. Okay, mouse is a little floaty, and it was like that in recording, or when I test recorded it at different resolution rates to make sure that everything was performing right. We're playing the game. Professor? Professor, I'm here for my potions lesson. Professor! She gained whites to her eyes. Don't worry, I'll untie you. By the gods, what happened to you? Elle, I've no time to explain. You must get out of here before he comes back. Before who comes back? It's too late. I'm not gonna do that. What have you done to the professor? I am the evil warlock Garglewort, and as for your precious professor, he has something I want, and since he was unwilling to give it to me, I will have to take it from him by force. I'll never tell you where it is. Oh? But I think you will. In fact, I'll bet my fully equipped torture dungeon on it. I might even teleport you there right now to show you just how persuasive I can be. The professor! What are you going to do to him, you monster? No, don't worry. I'm just going to torture him within an inch of his life. Until he reveals to me the location of the Time Stone. Time Stone? Never you mind about that. You'll be too busy starving to death in this shack your professor calls a home. And just how do you plan on keeping me here? Let's just see how you try and go anywhere with an unbreakable hex lock on the door. Ha ha ha, now if you'll excuse me, I've got an old fool to torture information from. I wonder what I should use first. The scalding hot lotions or the nipple clamps? By the gods, the professor, that evil monster. I've got to find a way out of here. Why does the warlock Garglewort look like... I don't know, he looks like a character out of the original Star Trek series. Doesn't look magical. Looks like a 60s alien. What's our menu? It's in here. Game speed. We can change the game speed. Nothing I need. All of this looks fine. Let's look at some stuff. Bookcase. There's nothing on here I'd want to carry around with me. Can I do... Ooh, individual items on it. Candlestick. I think I'll just leave it where it is. Where do I right click? It's full of the professor's books and wizardry stuff. Wizardy stuff. Not wizardry. Wizardry is a video game series. So if I right click, I look at it. And if I left click, it tries to take it. Yeah. So let me look at the candlestick. Looks like the professor has been using this candlestick a fair bit recently. Crystal ball. It's the professor's crystal ball. He uses it to communicate to other crystal ball owners around the world. Soon they say that there'll be one in every home. Take it. These crystal balls are used to communicate to other people. Let's see if we can contact someone. It's not working. So it's not just a take option, it's a use. I'll go over here to the right in a second. Unicorn head. It's a unicorn with a huge horn on its head. I think this was a gift from someone the professor went to the unheard University of Wizardry with. I can't reach it. Lantern. Those lanterns use a special kind of glowstone, which is mined in the Dwarvian Mountains. It's fine where it is. Can't take it. Windows. The professor's high windows. He says that he put the windows up high when he built this place, so that no one could peek in at him during his experiments. I kind of like that as a design philosophy, to put the windows up high. You get all the sunlight. You can still see outside. You can see the sky, maybe some trees, but you don't see other people. Other people can't see you unless you like live in an apartment complex where people live above you, but still, you know what I mean. I kind of like that. A high up window. You could put plants up there. It looks cute. Tapestry? It's covered in weird symbols from some ancient language. Oh, nope. Nothing hidden behind. Can I move? Okay, good. I wanted her out of the way. Cauldron. That's the professor's cauldron where he mixes his potions. It's empty. Potions. Those are the professor's various potions made during his experiments. Take some. Let's see what we have here. Hex remover, a walk through walls potion, and a teleportation serum. It's a shame they're all empty. Then why even tell me? I get it. Flavor text, whatever. Shopping list. It looks like the professor is due to get some supplies. The professor's shopping list. Let's take a look. Oh, finally we have something we've taken. Milk, bacon, eggs, beef, glue. Candles, I assume. It's something for a chest. Can I do anything with this? Right click and left click does the same thing for this item. Cup. There's mold growing inside. I don't really want to touch it if I can help it. And what about this fork? Oh, we took it. I didn't get a chance to look at it. What a nice looking inventory item. Just a fork. Oh, so the right click still looks, and then the left click uses. So can I use the fork? I'll do this in a second. Can I take the cup? No, she doesn't want to take it. Fridge. The professor keeps all kinds of potion ingredients in that fridge. All the professor keeps in his fridge are sandwich ingredients and sweet rolls. They're not going to help me right now. Okay, I think we've looked at everything over here. So, puddle. Let's look at the puddle. The puddle's been there since the professor tried his drainage system experiment. I think he said the results were inconclusive, which is what these pipes are about, right? Those are the pipes from the professor's drainage experiment. All he succeeded in was creating a constant leak in his roof, even though it hasn't rained for over a week. Okay. I don't think I can do anything with this puddle, though. Probably not. We have no container or anything. Drainage experiment gone wrong. What a mess. Pipes are too high. Let me look at this hex. It was pretty rotten of that gargle wart to place this unbreakable hex across the door. There must be a way around it. It stings. Looks like I'm not getting out this way. I've always wondered what the professor keeps underneath that blanket. Well, shall we find out? I guess now is as good a time as any to find out. A baby dragon. Baby dragon, it talks. Of course I talk. Know any dragons that don't? Well, no, but there you are then. And I'm no baby dragon. I'm 200 years old and at my adult physical peak. I'm sorry I didn't mean to offend you. Never mind that. Are you going to make me a sandwich? No. Well, if you're not going to make me a sandwich, then what are you doing here? Was that a sexist joke? Because I don't appreciate it. I'm Elle, the professor's apprentice. My name is Elle. I'm the professor's apprentice. Oh, you're that lady that smells of honey when she visits. Honey? Yes, I've never seen you in person, so I just imagined what you'd look like based on what you smell like. But you don't look like anything like a honey-glazed sweet roll. I'm sorry, the grammar there was weird. Threw me off, made me freeze. The professor has been kidnapped by an evil warlock named Garglewort, who also placed an unbreakable hex lock on the door so I can't get it open. We're stuck here. That is a tough spot. Well, I guess we better get comfortable then. Want to make me a sandwich? I think he just likes sandwiches. No, I want to try and find a way out of here. Well, good luck with that one. Let me know how that turns out. Who is Garglewort? Who is this Garglewort guy anyway? He's some warlock who lives in some sort of sordid dungeon tower over in the mountains. Not much is known about him except that his name is Garglewort and he's hell-bent taking over the realm. There's also rumors that he's into S&M. Okay. Do you have any ideas at all how to escape? Let me think for a minute. No. Can't think of anything. Okay. Just after Garglewort kidnapped the professor, he mentioned he was looking for a time stone. Any idea what it is? No, but if I had to guess, I'd say it was some sort of stone that had something to do with time. Thanks. Don't mention it. Any idea where the professor might keep it? Look, he keeps me under this stupid blanket most of the time, so how would I know? Enough about Garglewort. Who are you? I'm the professor's pet dragon. I thought all dragons were extinct. Most of them are, mainly due to being killed by knights. That's what you get for burning down villages, I suppose. It makes it difficult for people to warm up to you. No pun intended. Anyway, it was mainly the bigger dragons that got slayed. Smaller dragons like me were left alone as we were seen more as vermin, like pigeons, as opposed to a threat that needed killing. What's your name? My name? My name is Dragon. Dragon? Well, that's the name I tend to go by. My parents' intent was to name me after something they loved. But unfortunately, I don't really care for the name they gave me. Same. What did they name you? Donuts. Donuts the Dragon. That's a great name. Yep. But as I say, I don't really care for it. I'm much more of a sweet roll kind of dragon. How did you end up here? How did you end up here? You want to know my story? Well, after I left my parents' nest, I made a home around the back of a bakery in a nearby village. I left it there. At the end of every day, the baker would throw out any uneaten foods that he had made during that day. It was heaven. Sweet rolls, donuts, cream cakes, jam, tarts, gingerbread men, yum-yums, you name it. The baker will have thrown it out and I will have eaten it. I thought that I would spend the rest of my life there, getting fat on these wonderful foods every night. Unfortunately, the village was destroyed in a fire, and the bakery along with it. Ironically, it was a dragon that started the fire when I was left homeless. Now, with me being so fat, I couldn't travel very far, so I crawled into the first hole I could find and made that my new home. Sadly, I had no hunting skills and my diet consisted of leaves and worms. When the professor found me, I was almost starving to death. He nursed me back to health and made me a deal that I simply could not refuse. What was the deal? He promised me that in exchange for staying with him and helping him with his experiments, that he would give me a sandwich whenever I wanted. I simply could not say no to an offer like that. Interesting. So the professor's not buying sandwich ingredients for himself. He's buying ingredients for his pet dragon. Dragon the dragon. And we're not going to refer to Dragon the dragon as Donuts the dragon. We're not going to dead name this dragon. Dragon the dragon is Dragon the dragon. That's all there is to it. What do you help the professor with? He mainly uses me to light his cigars. But I have other uses too. Like what? Well, he sometimes uses my dung as ingredients for his potions. Gross. One time he got his potion mixed up with his vindaloo. Now that was gross, but also hilarious. Anyway, back to the professor. Why does the professor keep you under a blanket? Keep you hidden under a blanket? Because I'm a fire hazard. Plus, he says that I'm super annoying. You can breathe fire. Of course. How does he light? Yeah, cigarettes. I'm a dragon. It's great for barbecuing meat or cigars. The professor smokes cigars, not lowly cigarettes. Why does the professor keep you locked in a cage? Well, I am a wild animal after all. And if you bring a wild animal into your home, then you're gonna have to expect some wild habits to come with them. Like what? I kept pooping on the floor, so he stuck me in this cage and put some newspaper down. You must get cramped in there. Nah, I don't like to move too much. Plus, I get to enjoy reading the comics every Sunday. Anyway, back to the professor. I'm going to see if I can find a way out of here. Well, good luck with that. Let me know if you decide to make that sandwich. You don't have any ingredients, I don't think. Wait, no, we do. Oh boy, are you gonna make me that sandwich now? What? No! Well, I just assumed, with you going to open the fridge and all. Well, you're there, maybe? Forget it. Well, maybe don't raise my hopes like that, What else is over here? The blanket. At least now I know what the professor was keeping hidden under that blanket. He wasn't hiding me. He was protecting you from my deadly fire breath. Okay, sure. Oh, we don't need the blanket for anything. I like how we just know that we don't need the blanket for anything. Ooh, a world map. There it is. The whole world mapped out and placed within a frame. From the unheard university to the south, all the way up to the Dwarvian mountains in the north. To think I've only seen a tiny speck of this map. Maybe one day I'll see more. But for now, I need to get out of here and rescue the professor. That map isn't going to help me right now. Certificates. It's the professor's diploma from the Unheard University of Wizardry. And also his bronze swimming certificate. Okay. Don't need them. Go mad if I touched his certificates. Cupboard. I wonder what the professor keeps in here. You should never go through a stranger's bedside drawers or anything. People keep very personal shit in there. Expect to see lube, condoms, or sex toys. You know, you gotta expect it. It's jammed. Yeah, there's a knack to opening that cupboard. The professor usually uses a utensil to pry the door open. A utensil, so a fork. He uses a fork to open his cupboard. There, that should loosen it. I wonder why the professor keeps these hidden away. It's almost like keeping the bullets separate from the gun. Oh yeah, she doesn't say anything about it once it's in your inventory. I'm gonna look at this bed real quick. I don't know when the professor last cleaned his bedding, but there's at least a good year's worth of dead skin and dandruff on his bed. Gross. Yes, it is. I can't sleep at a time like this. Don't need the cupboard, it's not even an option anymore. Candles in the candlestick, please. What now? These candles don't seem to be doing anything. Maybe I should try lighting them. Well, the only fire that we have... Take the candles to Dragon? Could you light these candles with your fire breath? Of course I can. I'd be a pretty poor excuse for a dragon if I couldn't breathe fire. Great. What are you waiting for? The magic word. What magic word? You have to say the magic word for the fire to work. What? Yeah, it's a command like sit or lay down. Except it makes me breathe fire. I thought dragons could breathe fire whenever they wanted. Well, wild dragons might be able to. But I am a domestic dragon. It's more controlled. Okay, so what's the magic word? How should I know? Don't you hear the professor when he says it to you? Look, lady, when I'm breathing fire, I'm summoning one of the primary elements. From comes the gift of light, heat, and energy. Oh my god, my brain is fried. I'm in the zone. I'm not paying attention to the word the professor uses when he wants me to light his cigars. I simply breathe. Okay. So, do you know the magic word? Dracaris, flame on, human torch, go flame go? I'm just gonna say I don't know. So what's the magic word? Dracaris. Nope, that's not it. Flame on. Nope, that's not it. Go, flame, go. Alakazam. Hocus pocus. Maybe you'll have to find out the magic word out somehow. Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. Please? Dippity bobbity boo. By the power of Grayskull, I have the power. If the professor was here, he'd know it. All of the professors at the Unheard University of Wizardry are taught those magic words. Do we get more clues the more I fuck this up? Abracadabra. Ala peanut butter sandwiches. Open sesame. Presto changeo. Sim salabim. Shazam. Mecha like a high, mecha hiney ho. Ooey, ooh-ah, ting ting walla bing bang. Maybe try and contact someone who would know the magic word? Are they telling us to use the crystal ball? Yeah, we've run out of options. Put these down. Use the crystal ball. But we can't. It wouldn't let us. See if we can contact someone. It's not working. That thing's always running out of power. You just need to find something to charge it with. So now that we've taken the blanket off of Dragon, Dragon can help us do things. Cool. What about the tapestry? I wonder if there's just like anything else hidden that the dragon knows. So what can we charge this? Try looking at the unicorn head, see if something's different. You could say he's horny. Sorry. I think this was a gift. So the dragon does say things differently versus some of these items. The lantern, the cauldron, and the occasional vindaloo. Potions, no, we've already looked at that. Windows. And also he likes to walk around in the nude. Yeah, but you can do that, and if your neighbors don't like it, they can move, you know? Even though it hasn't rained for over a week. Oh, we've seen all these. What is this? Electro wand. What is that? I see that. Just kind of... It looks like a strange electric wand. And let's take it. It's gonna shock us, isn't it? What is this? Oh, that. That's just the professor's magic wand. I didn't know the professor had a magic wand. Well, the only magic it does is electrocuting me. The professor uses it to prod me when I'm acting too annoying. Well, it might come in handy. This is a cattle prod. Electro wand to the crystal ball. Do I want to use it on Dragon? No, that's cruel, but I want to see what he says. Don't think he would want that. No, I don't want that. On the puddle. Oh god. Cool. Okay, I was worried something would happen. Nothing else I can really use it on, so crystal ball. Let's see if we can zap some power into this. It worked! The crystal ball has power now. The professor only has one number in his speed dial. I'll see if I can contact them. Hello? What? You know, is it? Thank goodness you answered. The professor has been kidnapped by an evil warlock named Garglewort. And then he locked me in here with an unbreakable hex spell. I need help. Oh my, well that's, you know, terrible. I do hope that the professor is all, you know, right. Oh god, this is just how they talk? Fuck. Can you help me get out of here? Well, I would, but I'm, you know, all the way across on the other side of the world. By the time I left to see if I could rescue you, it would be, you know, weeks before I could reach you. And by that time, you'd probably be, you know, dead. Do you know a way that I could get rid of the unbreakable hex? Well, as you said yourself, the hex is, you know, unbreakable, which means that it is going to be very unlikely that you will be able to, you know, break it. Wow. I realize this about myself, especially in editing, but also in just my day-to-day life. Repeated phrases People who say repeated phrases over and over and over again as part of their vocabulary, their daily vocabulary. Not words, like I say like a lot and I say just a lot. That's perfectly fine and it doesn't bother me. It's repeated colloquialisms that really bug me when people are not aware that they're saying the same things every day. The same thing every hour, even. This habit? If somebody had that, they said that much, and they had that little pause that I am giving it. Ooh, wow. That's enough to make me stop talking to a person. What do you know about the evil warlock Garglewort? Unfortunately, I do. He was once a fellow student of mine at the university. One day he got into a, argument with a fellow student. It ended in Garglewort shoving my magical staff up the student's, bum. I moved to have him expelled, and he's been on the warpath ever since. Okay? Let's talk about something else. Who are you? My name is Professor... I'm the professor's oldest and dearest friend. We met at the unheard university of, wizardry. Ever heard of a time stone? Time stone? Garglewort mentioned it before he kidnapped the professor. Oh dear. This is not, good. In fact, this is very, bad. You mean the professor does have one? A time stone? Yes. What exactly is a time stone? A time stone is a dimensional matter of rock, which is a concentrated version of time-space. It is extremely rare and only a handful of people can claim to, have ever held a piece of it or even seen it. They say that time stones were formed when time began as the world came into existence. Some say that our world is from the, future or past, and that the time stones traveled with the world through time when it arrived in the present. But nobody, knows for sure. That's kind of a confusing concept. It's harder for me to internalize the actual words that I'm reading just because I feel like I'm doing a table read when I read these. Do a bit of acting so it's not boring to watch. I'm not an actor though. I'm not a good actor, at least. A very limited range. I'm untrained at best. What does a time stone do? Why would Garglewort want one? Garglewort. Some say that a time stone has the power to allow you to travel through, time. It's quite possible that Garglewort plans to use the time stone to travel through time. Possibly taking knowledge he has from the present to give him a, advantage over people in the past. You must find the time stone and ensure that Garglewort never gets his, hands on it. I must say, while I was drinking my water, I do not like this music. It's bland, boring. Not good ambient music for an adventure game, IMO, in my opinion. I'm just saying. Let's continue. Why does the professor have a time stone? It is his secret assignment from the, unheard University of Wizardry. He was tasked with locating a time stone and discovering its secrets. He figured out that there was a small amount of time stone in this, area. That's why he built his house here. Luckily, he found some of the element and has been experimenting with it. But so far, all he's told me is that, he hasn't had much luck with it. Enough about the time stone. The magic word for fire. Yes, magic words are one of the first things you learn at the, unheard University of Wizardry. And fire is one of the most important elements to summon. It contains light, heat, and, energy. Plus it comes in handy when I need to light my cigars. But you need to have an ignition. You can't just make fire out of, thin air. Would Dragon's Breath work? Dragon's Breath contains sparks, which would, ignite. So I don't see why the magic word wouldn't work on a dragon. What's the magic word? The magic word for summoning fire is, wiener. Wiener? Yup. A very powerful magic word is that. Just make sure to use it, responsibly. Don't be running around shouting wiener at the top of your voice. You could, cause an accident. Thanks for the help. Bye. Good. Bye. I was amused, but also a little annoyed with Professor, Take the candles to Dragon. Our good old pal Dragon. That's the magic word. Wiener, of course. Nice. Nice burp. Take these lit candles that we're holding in our pockets, I guess. Cool. A secret. Does it say something different about the bookcase now? No. A chest. This must be where the professor has hidden the time stone. There's some sort of weird combination lock on the chest. Oh, God. What does this mean? Oh, wait. The shopping list. Milk. It looks like I can change these symbols by pressing the buttons underneath. Perfect. Yeah, there's really not... It's a short adventure game, I think. I saw that on the itch.io page. Like, it got some game award for, best short game or something. So, we have a very limited inventory already. There's very little option for us to do. It had to be the shopping list. Milk. Bacon. Eggs. Eggs. However you choose to say it. Beef and glue. And see, I was thinking that, candlestick and chest. Interesting. It was right there, before our very eyes. I was thinking that glue was just a completely unrelated item on this actual shopping list, but it's not a shopping list at all. It's unlocked. Or it unlocked. This is it. Look, I found it. I found the time stone. I wonder how I get it to take me to just before the professor was taken. I read that weird, sorry. Oh God. Things are happening. Oh dear. 34 minutes earlier. Has it been timing us this whole time? Hey Professor, what is it? I'm sensing a magical disturbance in the force. I'll give you a magical disturbance. Now shut up and light my cigar. Hey, it's your companion. Elle? Whoa, that felt weird. Elle, is that you? Is that the time stone? How did you... Professor, I know this may be hard to understand, but I'm from the future. What? The evil warlock Garglewort came and took you hostage. When I came for my potions lesson, you were tied up. Then he appeared. He wanted the time stone. And when you wouldn't give it to him, he took you away. And he left me here and cast an unbreakable hex lock on the door so I couldn't escape. But I found the time stone and used it to come here and rescue you. Didn't say it. Garglewort knows about the time stone? This isn't good. Not good at all. Well, if what you say is true, we must leave here before Garglewort arrives. It's too late, Professor. I'm not going to do the laugh. Oh no, Garglewort. That's right, little girl. And you won't be going anywhere, Professor. I don't remember the voice I originally had for him. Now I will transport your precious professor to my torture dungeon, blah blah blah, nipple clamps. Till he reveals me the location of the time stone. Oh no, it's happening again, just like before. I need to stop him before he locks me in here again. Oh God. Now if you're quite done muttering to yourself, I've got an old fool to torture information from. But first I must deal with you. Let's just see you try and go anywhere with an unbreakable hex lock on the door. Wait, what is it? Before you leave me to die here, at least tell me your plan. I suppose that would be the villainous thing to do, wouldn't it? Allow you to think about all the terrible things I'll be doing while you die a slow and painful death. Alright then, I'll tell you. My plan is to use the time stone to establish myself as ruler of the realm. I'm going to use the electro wand in the puddle. That got your attention, didn't it? How far does he talk? My plan is so fiendishly clever, it's perfect. It's taken years of planning, down to the last detail. When you hear it, you'll think to yourself, wow, what a well thought out and yet devilishly evil plan. But I suppose I've kept you in suspense long enough. My plan is this. I'm going to hang on. What's all of this water I'm stood in? I already know what to do. Oh, typical. Trust me to teleport right into a puddle of water. Look at me. My feet are soaking wet through. A lesser warlock would probably let that stop him from revealing his evil plans. But it would be almost too evil if I didn't tell you my plans. Because they're so perfect and clever, it just wouldn't do not to hear them. So I'll continue to tell you, even though I'm all wet from standing in the puddle. My plan is... Are you ready for it? Seriously, I don't think you're grasping the tremendous greatness of my evil plan. I'm quite sure you'll never have heard of a plan... my evil plans had a monarchy. This plan would be the king. Okay, let's just do it. What do you think you're doing? I'm gonna say I want to kneel in your presence. Well, I'm very flattered, but there really is no need. Now stay still while I talk to you some more. There's some grammar here. Now, where was I? It's as if I had the most evil plans that all got together and then had a baby. I'm actually a little worried that you might die out of admiration for how clever this plan is. I think you're doing, it's time for my yoga stretches. Yoga stretches? Yep, every day at 7:49. Well, stop it. It's very distracting. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. Anyway, I've been rambling. You want to know how I'm going to use the time stone to take over the realm? It's so simple and cunning that you'll kick yourself for not thinking of it yourself. Of course you wouldn't have thought of it because you're not as evil or as smart as I am. What do you think you're doing? I was just going to yeah, there's some grammar here that's not right. Now why should I let you do that? I want to look my best when you eventually kill me. Don't be silly, dear. You look wonderful. Tie up my sandals. What if I were to trip and fall over? Then I will laugh at you and order you to get back up. Now, where was I? No, I want to see what else they're going to say. Sandals. These were expensive sandals. I don't want to ruin them. Don't worry. You don't need expensive sandals when you're dead. Sandals. They're distracting me from listening to your wonderful schemes. You mean I've been talking all this time and you've not been listening? This will not do. Hurry up and tie them up so I can start from the beginning. Sure thing. Professor, here, let me untie you. Thank goodness. Knock, knock, knock. What the... Who's that knocking? Oh, it's Elle. Oh, God. What happens now? Oh. Oh, that's it. I didn't like the music at all. That was cute. But, that was cute. I'm glad I played that. That was fun. Time Stone is a short adventure game made with Adventure Game Studio with wonderful low-res art. It hopes to help you find the enjoyment you found when playing those awesome classic adventure games of years past, such as Day of the Tentacle and Simon the Sorcerer. Simon the Sorcerer is a game that I have on GOG.com. I have not played it yet, though. Day of the Tentacle I have played. I played the remastered on my PS Vita. I didn't care for the humor. It just wasn't for me. Every other one of those adventure games from Double Fine, hit or miss for me. Love the Monkey Island games. The ones that I haven't played are things like Grim Fandango, which I do have, but I haven't played it yet. I really want to, but just like, making the time. I guess I want to give a shot to, oh my god, what is it called? Full Throttle. That's what it's called. Full Throttle. I guess I want to give that a shot. I don't know. Just by looking at it, I'm not sure it's a game for me. It's an adventure game about a biker gang, and I don't know. I enjoy point and click adventure games. That was cool. It was only one setting. It still gave you a sense of place. Like, I had the sense that there was more outside of these walls, that perhaps even Elle herself has a story to be told. Or the professor does. Like, even just the inclusion of Professor Yuno and him giving his dialogue about his history with the professor at the Unheard of University for Wizardry, or even Dragon talking about how he came up or came to be, all that shit. Very nice. It was a little wordy, but not egregiously wordy. It gave me just enough. Original. See, again, they're talking about the soundtrack. Original soundtrack by Mark Lovegrove. I didn't like that at all. Did nothing for me. Wow, they have a lot of games here. Cool. Oh, that's really cool. This is Scared Square Games. Hi, I'm Stuart Lilford. I'm an indie video game developer under the name of Scared Square Games. My best game to date is probably Time Stone. It won an award, but procedural isn't too bad. You should also play the hilarious adventure game, The Temple of Adventure. It's an adventure because it has adventure in the name, and adventure is spelled in block caps. I will say that some of the humor in this, in Time Stone, like the butt stuff and the wiener, I don't know, it's just a little like eye-rolly. It's not witty. It's okay. Like the part about yelling wiener to the heavens, or just yelling it out and about. I mean, okay, but come on. I enjoyed this, though. They're from the UK. They infamously or famously have a different sense of humor than Americans do. They have a specific type of humor, and it's not for all Americans sometimes. That is a concept that is very known here in America. I'm not sure if it is in the UK. I'm not sure if American humor has that same reputation amongst the kingdom, including like United Kingdom and Australia and New Zealand. And I understand that Australia and New Zealand are different cultures from each other and different cultures from the United Kingdom, but they come from the same, what's the word? Imperialism. They come from the same imperialistic history. So they do have a lot in common culturally. But what I was saying is that I'm not sure if in the UK, American humor has this reputation, or what is traditionally thought of as American humor, has a reputation of maybe being not for everyone in the United Kingdom. Maybe there was a bit of that there for me. Maybe it just read as immature to me. That was nice. Some of these games also look like just some small little games. Perhaps at some point I will look at those. But maybe on my own time, not on this channel, unless there are others here that are included in the bundle for racial justice and equality on itch.io. That was Time Stone. See you next week.